These 9 contestants will tonight do battle for prize money of up to $100,000. Only one will take home the cash, while 8 will leave with nothing as we play The Weakest Link.
Welcome to The Weakest Link. These 9 people behind me have only just met, but they must trust each other and themselves as they try to win up to $100,000. Anyone who does not meet the expectations of their peers will be voted off. In this game, the weak will be sacrificed to protect the strong. In the end, there can only be one winner, as round by round they vote off the player who is the weakest link. Let's meet the team.
I'm Gary, 37, Senior Sales Executive from Lindfield.
I'm Sinead, 36, a full-time mother from Burnley.
I'm Andrew, 34, Company Director from Richmond.
I'm Christine, 30, Airline Director from Kew.
I'm David, 50, Public Servant from Largs Bay.
I'm Jarrod, 23, PhD student from Parkville.
I'm Lee, 51, Health and Nutrition Consultant from East Perth.
I'm Glenn, 27, Statistical Analyst from Ringwood.
I'm George, 50-ish, Service Station Manager from Carrara.
Let's begin with the rules. There is a possible $10,000 to be won in each round by answering enough questions correctly within the time limit. With each correct answer in a chain, the value of each question increases. An incorrect answer or a pass loses the money in that chain, and we start from 0. As the total builds, if you say bank, that money is safe and the chain again starts from 0. The fastest way to reach that $10,000 target is by correctly answering 9 questions in a row. There is no limit on time. You can use as much as you like, but remember, snooze, you lose. In round 1, you have 2 minutes 30 seconds. We'll start with whoever's name is first alphabetically, and that is you, Andrew. The first question is worth $200. Let's play The Weakest Link. Start the clock. Andrew, if a restaurant is advertised as BYO, what do these initials stand for?
Bring your own.
Correct. Christine, the name of which playing card is slang for anything excellent or outstanding?
Ace.
Correct. David, according to the proverb, people cannot live by what food alone?
Pass.
Bread. Jarrod, the tennis star whose picture was used for an email virus was Anna who, beginning with K?
Kornikova.
Correct. Lee, in telecommunications, what is the expanded version of the word fax?
Pass.
Facsimile. Glenn, of the even numbers between 2 and 10, which has the longest name?
7.
8. George, with which European country is the pasta and meat dish ravioli most associated?
Italy.
Correct. Gary, in which large European country are the Ural Mountains?
Germany.
Russia. Sinead, what is the full name of the feverish illness known as flu?
Influenza.
Correct. Andrew, in the nursery rhyme, how many little kittens lost their mittens?
6.
3. Christine, a workplace in which all workers have to belong to a trade union is called a closed what?
Shop.
Correct. David, what colour was the border stripe on the edge of Mother Teresa's white robe?
Blue.
Correct. Jarrod, in the word super, meaning a retirement pension is expanded, what does it become?
Superannuation.
Correct. Lee, which people celebrate July the 14th as their national day?
The French.
Correct. Glenn,
Bank.
in which Asian city was the movie The Last Emperor largely filmed?
Beijing.
Correct. George, which A in common law means maliciously setting fire to something?
Repeat question, please. I'm sorry.
Which A in common law means maliciously setting fire to
Arson.
something? Correct. Gary, what is the marsupial name for Australia's international rugby league team?
Wallabies.
Kangaroos. Sinead, which Southern Hemisphere soprano sang at the wedding of Prince Charles and Diana?
Kiri Te Kanawa.
Correct. Andrew, what is the American name for the game of drafts?
Checkers.
Correct.
Bank.
Christine.
Bank.
Which knee time's up? And I cannot complete that question. A little slow out of the blocks, team. Oh, and Christine, you need to say bank only once after I call your name. Well, from a possible $10,000, you managed to scrape together $2,500. Seems the pressure is already getting to some of you. Which one of you is here under false pretenses? Which of you will be the first to take the walk of shame? It's time now to vote off the weakest link.
In round one, Gary is off to a slow start. Statistically, he is the weakest link, having no questions correct. Christine has proved herself the strongest link. How will she fare in the voting?
Okay, pens down, voting over. Time now to reveal the weakest link.
Lee.
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 David.
Andrew.
Gary.
Jarrod, why Lee?
It could have been a couple of them. I went eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and she was the unlucky name.
Christine, why Lee?
I'm sure Lee's very intelligent, but I think her nerves were just getting to her a little bit in the first round.
David, man cannot live by bread alone. Perhaps you've come here for a bit of a loaf. Why Lee?
I was like Lee, I made mistakes earlier on, but it's a case of either her or myself.
Lee, you're a nutritionist. So here's some food for thought. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Well, considering that I did at least get one question correct, and someone else, Gary, didn't get any question correct, I think perhaps people might not have been thinking as clearly as they could have been. Gary didn't answer any of those questions right. If he keeps that up, I think he's likely to be voted off. Insofar as whoever wins, if it wasn't me, I don't care who wins.
Welcome back to The Weakest Link. This is round 2, and I'm offering you another chance to win $10,000. Currently, you have $2,500 in your bank. And if you want to see an increase in that amount, we're going to need a dramatic improvement in your performance this round. I'm taking 10 seconds off the clock, and we have one less player. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round, and that was you, Christine. Let's play The Weakest Link. Start the clock. Christine, to be accustomed by birth to a high position, one is said to be to the manner what?
Born.
Correct. David. Tongue, upper and sole are all parts of which article of clothing beginning with S?
Shoe.
Correct. Jarrod. How many faces of a dice have odd numbers of pips?
3.
Correct. Glenn. Over the Coral River at Richmond in Tasmania is Australia's oldest existing what?
Bridge.
Correct. George. Which G is a spherical object covered by a world map?
Globe.
Correct. Gary.
Bank.
The name of which church festival is meant especially in carols by the word Noel?
Christmas.
Correct. Sinead. What insect has the name of praying?
Mantis.
Correct. Andrew. Name and number. Who was born in April but has an official birthday in June?
Pass.
Queen Elizabeth II. Christine. In which Australian city was the 2000 Le Mans race held?
The Adelaide.
Correct. David. The fall of which fruit, beginning with A, supposedly inspired Newton's ideas about gravity?
Apple.
Correct. Jarrod. Which movie star is associated with the phrase, make my day?
Pass.
Clint Eastwood. Glenn. What specific kind of living thing is a pomegranate?
A fruit.
Correct. George. Which of the planets is named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty?
Jupiter.
Venus. Gary. Which word, beginning with silent K, is used for the speed unit of 1 nautical mile per hour?
Not.
Correct. Sinead. If a clock face were a compass, what time is it when both hands point due south?
5:30.
6:30. Andrew, at which Victoria landmark did schoolgirls in a movie disappear from a picnic?
Hanging Rock.
Correct. Christine, of which marine creature skeletons beginning with C are the reefs of many tropical islands made?
Coral.
Correct. David,
Bank.
of what creamy white valuable substance are the tusks of elephants made?
Ivory.
Correct. Jarrod,
Bank.
which Australian state has the waratah as a floral emblem?
New South Wales.
Time's up. That is correct. Only $3,700. I think some of you could sit in a packet of drawing pins and still miss the point. To increase your bank, you must answer questions correctly. So who is the team going to blame for this rather lackluster performance? Who's going to leave us early? It's time for you to vote off who you think is the weakest link.
Round 2, and statistics show that David is the strongest link, answering all his questions correctly and banking well. At the other end of the scale, Andrew is our weakest link, answering only one question correctly. Will this be borne out in the voting?
End of voting, pens down. Time to reveal the weakest link.
George.
Jarrod.
Jarrod.
George.
Sinead.
Andrew.
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 Glenn, why Andrew?
Oh, he got one wrong in that round, and he got a couple wrong in the previous round. I think he's lost us quite a bit of money.
Jarrod, never heard of Dirty Harry. Why Andrew?
He's got answers wrong both rounds and costing you money.
You got one wrong yourself. George, your performance was certainly no better. Why Andrew?
I'm a royalist, not knowing the Queen's birthday. Sorry.
Andrew, it would appear the team sees no advantage in keeping you here. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I think George's comments were a little inaccurate. He himself probably got a few wrong. Perhaps George wasn't a royalist, it was a little bit of a furphy. I'd like to see Glenn voted off next. He planted the seed of suggestion in round 1 that perhaps the vote in round 2 should be cast my way. As I was doing the walk of shame, I kept thinking that my brothers are forever going to call me the weakest link.
You are watching The Weakest Link. At the start of round 3, the total in your bank stands at $6,200. If you'd applied yourself, it could have been $20,000. We take a further 10 seconds off the clock, and the round will start with only 7 of you. As the strongest link from the last round, David, we will start with you. Let's play The Weakest Link. Start the clock. David, what kind of creature beginning with D is a Rhodesian ridgeback?
Dog.
Correct. Jarrod, which leading rock music journal has almost the same name as Mick Jagger's group?
Rolling Stone.
Correct. Glenn, of the gifts brought to the infant Jesus by the 3 kings, which was the metal?
Myrrh.
Gold. George, what nationality is the movie star Kate Blanchett?
Australian.
Correct. Gary, at the top of an arch, what stone holds the other parts in place?
The arch lever.
Keystone. Sinead, which D is a European nationality and also means sharing a bill?
Dutch.
Correct. Christine, what is the name of the British Princess Royal's daughter?
Zara.
Correct. David, exceeding 90 degrees, an obtuse angle is less than how many degrees?
45.
180. Jarrod, the eggs of the sturgeon fish make which salty delicacy beginning with C?
Caviar.
Correct. Glenn, what is the name of the handheld clicking instruments used by flamenco dancers, especially in Spain?
Maracas.
Castanets. George, which G is both a wheel with teeth and a slang word for clothes?
Flop.
Gear. Gary, Which TV detective beginning with K and played by Telly Savalas often sucked lollipops?
Kojak.
Correct. Sinead. What child's money container is shaped like a porcine animal with a coin slot?
A piggy bank.
Correct. Christine. Which large American plants beginning with C have sharp spines and water-storing stems?
Cactus.
Correct. David.
Bank.
Which famous crooner died on a golf course in Spain?
Pass.
Bing Crosby. Jarrod. On which country did Britain declare war on the 3rd of September 1939?
Germany.
Correct. Glenn.
Bank.
Which V is any of the bones that make up the human spinal column?
Vertebrae.
Correct. George, time is up. Well, team, $1,200. Hardly anything to write home about, is it? Which is just as well. To be quite frank, I'd be nervous of giving any of you something as sharp as a biro. You're still way short of the target. A long, long way short. Who is to blame? Have some of you given up already? Who do you think will be better off leaving? It's time now to vote off the weakest link.
Round 3, and not a good one for Glenn, who emerged as the weakest link. Statistically, Jarrod is the strongest link with 3 correct answers. Who will be voted off this time?
Okay, team, pens down, voting over. Time now to reveal the weakest link.
George.
David.
Glenn.
George.
Glenn.
David.
David.
Sinead. David banked $1,000. If it wasn't for him, he'd only have $200. So why?
He got 2 questions wrong. Too many.
Glenn. You had as many questions incorrect as David. This is hardly anything to shake your maracas about, is it? Why, David?
Well, I can't vote for myself, and he got a couple of questions wrong as well, and he's had a few wrong in each round.
David, we only require 6 people in the next round, and the team has decided you are not one of them. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I was a little bit surprised at that last round. I've been banking all the money and then get the push, so to speak. I think they've lost the focus on what the game's really about. I think Jarrod is struggling out there. I don't believe that he has a full grasp of general knowledge. George might start to come unstuck as the pressure increases, but on the other side of the coin, I think George is a lot more foxier than what you think.
You've reached round 4 with a bank of $7,400. Remember that banking before you have answered 9 questions correctly will reduce your chances of achieving your target. So far in this game, incorrect answers and passes have cost you dearly. There are 6 of you left. We're taking another 10 seconds off the clock. This will leave you with 2 minutes to reach your $10,000 target. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round, which was you, Jarrod. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Jarrod, what animal combines with the words old, sacred and moo?
Cow.
Correct. Glenn, one of the lonely people in a famous Beatles song is Eleanor who?
Pass.
Rigby. George, what fruit is the variety navel?
Orange.
Correct. Gary, which legal officer beginning with C is authorised to conduct an inquest?
Coroner.
Correct. Sinead, what colour name is given to unpolished rice with only the husk removed?
Brown.
Correct. Christine.
Bank.
What bony projection on the head usually distinguishes male from female deer?
The antler.
Correct. Jarrod, in which Asian country does the Mekong River finally reach the sea?
Thailand.
Vietnam. Glenn, which H means those component parts of a computer system that are not software?
Hardware.
Correct. George.
Bank.
Which Premier of Victoria was removed from power in 1999?
Jeff Kennett.
Correct. Gary, which general activity, very popular in Spain, uses a red cape, a sword and a bovine?
Bullfighting.
Correct. Sinead, which F is the chemical process involved in brewing and winemaking?
Fermentation.
Correct. Christine, what is the three-letter acronym for the government-run betting shop?
TAB.
Correct. Jarrod, London's Fleet Street was once synonymous with the publication of what, beginning with N?
Newspapers.
Correct. Glenn,
Bank.
what measure of distance is an anagram of lime?
Mile.
Correct. George, which European language, apart from English, is spoken extensively in Canada?
French.
Correct. Gary, which system of measurement beginning with M is based on the decimal system?
Metre.
Metric. Sinead, two giant pandas sent from China have recently arrived in which country? Time is up. And the answer to that question was the USA. Well, team, in that round, you had the chance to pick up $10,000, yet you only managed $4,200. If you saw $10,000 on the ground, would you grab only half? Is it all too difficult? Who is going to accept responsibility for your poor performance? Which of you is superfluous to the needs of the team? It's time now to vote off the weakest link.
Statistically, round 4 has shown George to be the strongest link, answering all questions correctly. Gary would prefer to forget his performance, as he is the weakest link. Who will stay? Who will go?
Okay, time to stop voting. I want you to reveal whom you've chosen as the weakest link.
Glenn.
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 George.
Jarrod.
Gary.
Sinead, why Glenn?
At a crucial time, he got a question wrong.
He answered as many correctly as you did. Christine, why Glenn?
Well, Glenn's been fine for most of the game, but somebody has to go and he's letting the team down a little bit, so...
Gary, Glenn banked $3,000 for the team. You banked nothing, so why vote him off?
I didn't have a chance because of Glenn's mistakes, early exit.
Glenn, it looks like you'll be as lonely as Eleanor Rigby. The team no longer require you. With 3 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
With the walk of shame, I was actually all prepared to do it in the previous round because I thought I was going to be voted off. I thought I was okay this round because I got a couple of questions right, and so it came as a bit of a shock. To Gary particularly, I would say vote off the person who's the weakest rather than the person who's just standing opposite you. I'll be quite happy when I see Gary getting voted off. Christine, I think she's a bit of a know-it-all. She's fairly ruthless. If you get one wrong, you're on a blacklist for the rest of the night. But having said that, I think that she's the most likely person to win.
Welcome back to the weakest link. Round 5, and you have a total bank of $11,600 when it could have been a very respectable $40,000. Remember, if you pass or answer incorrectly, you lose. 10 seconds off the clock, and now only 5 players. George is the strongest link from the last round. We will begin with you. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. George, which A is a classic brand of Australian hat?
Cooper.
Correct. Gary, which member of a famous pop family made the album called Bad?
Michael Jackson.
Correct. Sinead, in the international financial organisation called the IMF, what does the F stand for?
Fund.
Correct. Christine, of the world's 3 principal oceans, which one is alphabetically first?
Atlantic.
Correct. Jarrod, what is the expanded form of the word phone?
Telephone.
Correct.
Bank.
George, of which plant type beginning with B is the tulip an example?
Botanic.
Bulb. Gary, what elliptical name is given to the West Wing office of the US President?
The White House.
The Oval. Sinead, which common domestic fuel is measured in cords?
Electricity.
Wood. Christine, the abbreviation ACV stands for air cushion what?
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
The abbreviation ACV stands for air cushion what?
Valve.
Vehicle. Jarrod, A movie sequel comes afterwards. Which P is a movie about earlier events?
Prequel.
Correct. George, change the first two letters and which word is the antonym of implode?
Implode.
Explode. Gary, how many cents are there in a US quarter?
25.
Correct. Sinead, what has been removed from pitted cherries?
The pips.
Correct. Christine,
Bank.
what is both a fire and a white spot on the forehead of a horse?
Pass.
Time's up. And the answer to that question is blaze. Another uninspiring performance, team. I offered you $10,000 and you managed a measly $3,500. You answered 5 questions incorrectly and you passed on 1. Mistakes like that will cost you dearly. With such a performance, it would be hard to point the finger of blame at just one of you. Who is our greatest underachiever? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
In round 5, Jarrod has proved himself to be the strongest link. However, Christine did not cover herself with glory, answering 2 questions incorrectly and statistically proving herself to be the weakest link. Will the voting reflect this?
All right, team, voting's over. Time to reveal the weakest link.
George.
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 Jarrod.
Gary, George banked $3,000. You didn't bank anything, so why vote him off?
Any mistakes culminating from the early rounds? No bulbs, no bank, early exit.
Christine, you had as many incorrect answers as George. Why should he take the blame?
Well, I just feel we'll be a much stronger team without George.
George, you'll now have plenty of time to visit the Botanic Gardens and tiptoe through those tulip bulbs. With 4 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
It was a little bit disappointing to see that all 4 felt that way. I must have been a threat to them. It was almost like a flock of sheep. All they needed was a good shepherd. If Christine wins tonight, I couldn't tell you on national television what I'd be thinking. I believe that the 2 women will fight it out, and I think it'll be a cat fight, and the claws will be out, and may the best cat win.
Round 6, and your bank is just $15,100. I'll take 10 seconds off the clock, leaving you with 1 minute, 40 seconds to reach your $10,000 target. Time is very important to you now. Wasted time is wasted money. We start with the strongest link from the last round, and that was you, Jarrod. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Jarrod, which D is the Northern Territory city almost destroyed by a cyclone in 1974?
Darwin.
Correct. Gary, what emotional illness has a name meaning without appetite?
Pass.
Anorexia. Sinead. Anne Bancroft is famous for playing Mrs. Who in the 1967 film The Graduate.
Mrs. Robinson.
Correct. Christine, which G is a bear that has been recently protected in British Columbia?
Grizzly.
Correct. Jarrod, scientists have named a dinosaur after the former Dire Straits frontman Mark Who?
Knopfler.
Correct. Gary.
Bank.
What C word precedes Dutch, York and Byron?
Cape.
Correct. Sinead, who was the previous Governor-General of Australia?
Pass.
Bill Hayden. Christine, in which non-island continent is a season of wind and heavy rain called a monsoon?
Asia.
Correct. Jarrod, what is both a small spore-bearing plant and the surname of former racing driver Sterling?
Moss.
Correct. Gary, which J is the scavenging wild dog in a Frederick Forsyth thriller title?
Jaguar.
Jackal. Sinead, which H is the flower first name of Mrs. Bouquet or Bucket in Keeping Up Appearances?
Hyacinth.
Correct. Christine, Which large statue was a gift to the people of America from the French?
Statue of Liberty.
Correct. Jarrod.
Bank.
What bird's name beginning with B is given to a person who collects odds and ends?
Bit.
Bowerbird. And time is up. Another unproductive effort, team, snaring you only $1,500. You're going backwards. This is a bank that needs deposits desperately, or will lose interest very quickly. Someone amongst you is letting the team down. It's time to strike up the band so they can face the music. Time to vote off the weakest link.
Round 6. And statistically, Christine has put in a solid performance and is our strongest link. Gary only had one correct answer, and although he did bank for the team, he is the weakest link. Will his banking save him?
End of voting, pens down. Time for you to reveal the weakest link.
Jarrod.
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 Gary.
Gary. Jarrod performed well with 3 correct answers that round. Why vote him off?
Experience over youth. We need to build up the bank for the end total.
Indeed. Well, experience is one thing, but knowledge is another. Sinead, Jarrod answered more questions correctly than you did. Do you see him as a threat?
I just think none of us were particularly good in that last round, so if I've got to pick somebody, it's got to be the guy with the bad tie.
Christine, your reasons for Jarrod.
Jarrod's doing a PhD in biochemistry. He's obviously smarter than me, so he has to go.
Thought we'd get back to that. Jarrod, it would seem the chemistry between you and the team is not strong enough. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
As I was doing the walk of shame, I was really dirty on the 3 of them for voting me off. They knew I was stronger. I felt as though I'd been robbed. I'd like to see Gary voted off. His comment about me being young, I found offensive because I know I am more intelligent than him. He messed up the question about metre and metric a while ago, and since then he's just imploded. So I'd like to see him voted off next.
You are back with the weakest link. Round 7, team. And time is more important than ever. You have 1.5 minutes to play and a possible $10,000 to win. With the bank standing at $16,600, it's a chance to add a little respectability to the total. We will start with the strongest link from the last round, and that was you, Christine. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Christine, who led the mutineers aboard HMS Bounty?
Christensen.
Fletcher Christian. Gary, what kind of weather phenomenon beginning with W is the Fremantle Doctor?
Wind.
Correct. Sinead, at the age of 80, Jessica Tandy won an Oscar for her role in Driving Who?
Miss Daisy.
Correct. Christine, any drug that relieves pain without causing unconsciousness is an anal what?
Gesic.
Correct. Gary.
Bank.
Which party beginning with L lost power in Western Australia's recent election?
Liberal.
Correct. Sinead, in which country did Desmond Tutu become an archbishop?
South Africa.
Correct. Christine, with which of the apes beginning with C do humans share 99% of their DNA?
Pass.
Chimpanzee. Gary, how many of Queen Elizabeth II's 4 children have been divorced?
3.
Correct. Sinead, which country does one usually associate with jumping beans?
Mexico.
Correct. Christine.
Bank.
On which continent beginning with A does the first animal in the dictionary live?
Asia.
Africa. Gary, the first Aboriginal member of the Federal Parliament was Senator Neville who?
Bonner.
Correct. Sinead.
Bank.
What nationality was the quadruple gold? Time is up, and I cannot complete that question. $1,700, a discouraging effort, team. Your bank could be a lot healthier. Who is about to shoulder the blame for that insipid performance? The bell is about to toll for someone. who will be deafened when they take the walk of shame? It's time for you to vote off the weakest link.
In round 7, statistically, Gary is the strongest link with 4 questions answered correctly. Christine had 3 questions wrong and has earned the dubious honour of the weakest link. Who will remain after the voting?
OK, voting over, pens down. Time to reveal your choice of the weakest link.
Christine.
Christine.
Gary.
Now, Gary, Christine banked $500. Why is she going?
Because of the chimpanzee. Some say the chimpanzee is the missing link. Because of that, Christine is the weakest link.
Sinead, why Christine?
I'm terribly sorry, Christine, but your answer was the only one that I could remember that anybody got wrong in the last round. I'm sorry.
Christine, despite the fact you're an airline director, the team has clipped your wings. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm quite disappointed about being voted out, especially by Sinead. I thought that Sinead and I would stick together. I think Sinead probably thought it would be easier to beat Gary in the end round. When Gary referred to me as the weakest link, it was pretty unfounded because I'd been the strongest link many more times than he had. If I had the opportunity to say something to Sinead, I'd say, well, the luck of the Irish is coming through again. And if I had something to say to Gary, I'd say, Gary, I wish you'd stayed in Sydney today.
Round 8, and your final opportunity to build your bank, which currently stands at $18,300. I will treble whatever you manage to bank in this round, so you have a chance to add $30,000 to your total. Remember, an unbroken chain of 9 questions answered correctly will give you your target. There will be another 10 seconds off the clock, so you only have 1 minute and 20 seconds. Gary, you were the strongest link in the last round. We will start with you. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Gary, which D is both a percussion instrument and part of the human ear?
Drum.
Correct. Sinead, if the ace ranks high, what is the number value of the 3rd card in a suit?
Jack.
4. Gary, Jackie O is a judge of aspiring young entertainers on which TV show beginning with P?
Pass.
Pop stars. Sinead, in the computer language acronym BASIC, what does the B stand for?
Pass.
Beginners. Gary, a bookmaker of what nationality has made controversial allegations about cricket corruption?
Indian.
Correct. Sinead, in aeronautics, what Mach number is the speed of sound?
3.
1. Gary, proverbially, which bird catches the worm and begins with E?
The early bird.
Correct. Sinead.
Bank.
Which Australian rock star was known as the Wild One?
Johnny O'Keefe.
Correct. Gary, what is the first name of the president of Cuba?
Fidel.
Correct. Sinead.
Bank.
Andy Warhol is famous for his silkscreen portraits of which movie star beginning with M?
Marilyn Monroe.
Correct. Gary, which famous Australian weekly news magazine was founded? Time is up, and I cannot complete that question. Well, it would appear that when you're put under the hammer, you bend like copper nails. Only $700. I will treble that to $2,100, giving you a total bank of $20,400. One of you will go home with the cash, the other with thoughts of what might have been. And who will that be? Which one of you thinks they need the money most? Who is prepared to fight the hardest? All this will be revealed after the break, as Gary, the senior sales executive, and Sinead, the full-time mum, pit their knowledge against each other head-to-head in our final round here on The Weakest Link. Welcome back to The Weakest Link. It's the final winner-take-all round. Gary and Sinead, you know what's at stake. there can only be one winner as you go head-to-head in an effort to take home $20,400. The loser will leave empty-handed. I will ask alternate questions, the best of 5. Whoever answers the most correctly wins. However, if there's a tie after 5, we'll play sudden death until we do have a winner. Gary is the strongest link. You have the choice of who goes first, and who will that be?
I'll go first.
Gary, your first question. In which US city is the art gallery called the Museum of Modern Art?
New York.
That answer is correct. Sinead. Who played the role of Jim Lovell in the movie about the Apollo spacecraft that didn't make it to the moon?
Tom Hanks.
That answer is correct. Gary. In Greek mythology, Medea helped which hero obtain the Golden Fleece?
Hercules.
That answer is incorrect. The correct answer is Jason. Sinead. In which fantasy adventure novel is Bilbo Baggins the central character?
Lord of the Rings.
That answer is incorrect. The correct answer is The Hobbit. Gary. The Dominican Republic is one country sharing the island of Hispaniola. What is the other?
Dominica.
That answer is incorrect. The correct answer is Haiti. Sinead. What Arthurian name was applied to the administration of President John F. Kennedy?
Camelot.
That answer is correct. Gary. Which star of early movies was nicknamed America's Sweetheart?
Betty Grable.
That answer is incorrect. The correct answer was Mary Pickford. Sinead, answer the next question correctly and you are tonight's winner, and you take home $20,400. Which Australian did Pete Sampras defeat to win the 2000 Wimbledon men's singles title?
Patrick Rafter.
That answer is correct. Sinead, you are tonight's strongest link, and you take home $20,400. Gary, you go home with nothing. Join me Monday on The Weakest Link. Goodbye.
Well, to get so far, that's devastating. The luck of the Irish won out in the end.
God bless Patrick Rafter and every piece of Irishness that he has in his body.
It is terrible to go home with no money.
As soon as I leave here, I'm going home to see my husband and my little girl, and I cannot wait to tell them what's happened.